Welcome back. I'm playing Warhammer 40,000 Dawn of War, and we're working on the Dark Crusade
Once
playthrough.
a thriving industrial center, by the beginning of the Dark Crusade, the Vandean Coast had fallen into disuse. Some factories in the cities were still operational, but other great underground refineries languished under the sands of the coast, long since abandoned as unnecessary by the planet's Tau masters. Whoever gained control of the coast would enjoy a powerful advantage for the rest of the Crusade. With such potent manufacturing facilities, field commanders could requisition more weapons than their foes.
Alright, and then this is on the hard difficulty, which is the hardest difficulty in the game. Now, this is an unusual mission in that we either can annihilate our opponent, and we have 20 minutes to do it, or you focus on generating energy, and you have to get, what is it, like 2,600 to awaken the machine spirit. But unfortunately, this one is a real kick in the dick for us as being Necrons, because we only have one resource. So it's either you try to hold off the AI with whatever forces you have, or you try to kill them and get the win that way, because I don't think there's any way we're going to be able to get that much resources while fighting off another faction. Because I mean, the counter's actually going up as we are producing things here, and we're already getting attacked as well, because this is next to where his army is, so that means he has his honor guards. So we're kind of having our slap fight there with the Captain General there, Thule. Now with our Wargear, our guy is much more powerful than his, because we're getting the reduced melee damage and everything with our armor piece. So it looks like we are starting to beat him back a little bit, which is good. So that'll definitely help us here. Perfect. We actually fought outside our base here. Alright, let's get the summoning core right away. Yeah, these guys are not playing around. I mean, we are squad wiping them, so that means we're getting pretty good resource advantage. Alright, well, we're beating them back. I'm not sure where their base is. Maybe it's down here since they're running away from us. Yeah, it's 2,800. If anything, we're losing ground on the priority target here. Man, these guys are just running around the map. They are not playing. And of course, we're the Necrons, so we're slow. Well, I guess that means by the process of elimination, they must have their base over here. It looks like they're trying to box me in. Not liking that so much. Thule is out again. Interesting that he lost his honor guard banner, though. Alright, let's get some more generators going. He just can't seem to make up his mind whether they want to fight me or not. Oh shit, we got Grey Knights coming out too. So they have psychic abilities and they're got decent range and melee damage. So they're considered like an elite tier. Well, I guess elite would be the Terminator, so medium tier infantry. Yeah, these guys are not playing around here. Yeah, he's even got his chaplain out now. Alright, well I guess we're committed to trying to get the kill now. I mean, we are doing quite a bit of killing. I'm not really liking all these servitors running around in every direction though. So that means he's probably got a lot of the map under his control. Which means he's gonna have a better economy than I do. Yeah, I see my Necron Lord is about to die too. If he can just take down Thule, I'll be happy. Alright, good. Try to drop these guys. Alright, good. Get you over here. Frickin' Grey Knights are back again. Alright, let's get you over to here. Chaplain's back. Looks like he's got another barracks up there. Alright, well, let's just keep shooting, I guess. Let's see here. Have you just attack that requisition point. There we go. Get you here. We almost have 5 of them. Alright, and you're... Oh, shit. We gotta kill him. He's about to make a machine cult. We cannot have that happen, because I don't have enough anti-vehicle. Alright, I've got 10 minutes to beat this mission. Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure it's not gonna end with a HQ snipe, because that's not how the objective was. It was to gather the resources. Alright, let's shut that down, because I do think we're killing their base. I'm almost positive it will end when we destroy the enemy buildings, though. Alright, well, maybe we should err on the side of caution. And... keep fighting here. And just run around and try to find everything that we can. Alright, they're shooting. You're here. He's got that stuff there. I guess I can take... Oh, there we go. We took all their locations off. So, victory. And we get another Wargear for the 5 conquests. And I think we'll go with the Mantle of Doom. Well, marked by the Catan. Well, actually, Death Grip. That might be good to increase our damage and health. Or we could do Death Shroud. That'll increase our damage reduction. Or we could go with the Skinning Blades to increase our damage. Able to flash through and slice through armor. These blades inspire dread in all those who face a Necron Lord in close combat. Increases melee damage and increases morale loss. Although, I think I want the Death Shroud. Draping his skeletal form in a rotting shroud, the Necron Lord becomes a gruesome specter, moving it from corpse to corpse. So we get increased speed, reduces damage we suffer from ranged attacks, so that'll help him be tankier, because we need him to take as much hit as we can.
You have conquered the Vandean Coast and gained the Industrial Production Special ability. When you fight on the battle map, you will start with additional power, allowing you to produce units and structures more quickly.
Alright, yeah, I don't like that it's not telling me what I have to do to get Wargear. I think it's probably on the screen that it's not showing me. Alright, so we got you. So now the question is, what do I do? I kind of feel like I should keep getting these locations to keep buffing ourselves. Yeah, the bulwark. I don't remember what this map is, but effectively it just allows us to get defensive forces. I mean, I could get the honor guard. I don't know if I'm ready to start taking out enemies yet. But once I start moving over here, I'm pretty much committed to fighting. If I take this, then, well, he can still fight me, but the increased manpower may be nice. Alright, I think it makes sense to get the increased manpower, especially if I'm going to be getting attacked. So, the Aceria Forests are home to several prominent universities and research facilities beyond the idyllic walls of these institutions. Intense, and some would say heretical study of alien life takes place. Temperate weather and plentiful rainfall feed the massive forests until the corruption of Deimos. The sea of the trees was broken only by small rivers and a few small chains of mountains. Now horrors from the Imperium haunt the south's twisted woods. Adeptus Mechanicus to Magus Explorator Cumen, author Magos Explorator Gaius. Amidst the trees of the forests on the southern edge of the arid heart of the continent, the Zeus-class relay and control station has seemingly stood undisturbed for thousands of years. It has taken me several weeks to find the proper rituals to awaken the machine spirits in the station so they would grant us access. The doors finally slid open 2 days ago, and I have spent the time since poring over the treasure trove that lurked within. It seems that the relay station once controlled a network of orbital artillery stations able to rain destruction across the planet's surface. Only a few of the satellites have survived, however. I imagine many were destroyed, or were damaged, or hopelessly dormant over the millennia, but I have found traces of incomplete self-destruct orders in the ancient logic engine here. I haven't found any evidence of a breach of the station's defenses, only traces of battle within. I cannot understand then how the heretics gained access, or what happened to Magos Pallidus. Alright, single base. We should be able to take this out pretty easily, I think. Alright, let's move you guys over to here. So let me know about the game speed. I have been using Cheat Engine on this game. I had been, for the first 2 episodes, I increased it to 30%, and on this episode, I increased it to 40%. I wonder if that might not be just a little bit too high. I feel like the 30% was probably a better option. But if you guys think that this 40% is better, then I can definitely continue on with the 40%ers. I don't think I could do it much faster than this, because then I'm going to have trouble controlling the units in combat. But especially if it's going to be skirmish battles, I think that makes sense, because I can blow through them a little bit quicker. But maybe the 30% is going to be a more optimal selection here. And then if you're not sure how Cheat Engine works or you have questions about it, I do have a video kind of going through a tutorial on how to use that to speed up your gameplay. If you're like me and you have you like turn-based strategy games, but you get frustrated with how slow they are, then you can speed things up quite a bit. Alright, yeah, so that did give us a shit ton of energy to make a base much quicker. I mean, look at this. We still have 700 resources and we're getting an army, we're building a base, so we're going to have a much faster start now that we've taken that energy location, so that's huge for us. In fact, it'll probably let us just fortify our bases at the very start, in addition to getting an army going. And then I'll just have to make a decision about what's the most appropriate force to get out to start attacking while still being strong enough that we don't have to worry about getting completely annihilated when they counterattack us. Alright, let's send you out to start getting some other areas researched and taken over. Let's get that up. We'll upgrade our warriors. And then we should get some Wargear. And then we'll keep working on our power plants. Alright, tech is upgraded. Alright, maybe this isn't the most ideal build order here, because I couldn't remember when I could get that damage reduction, but it's actually with the Awakened Monolith. Alright, so you just keep doing your thing. Alright, and you're just killing these guys. I guess that's the question, is when do I attack? I think I need more immortals, because as the difficulty goes up, they start to get more towers, if I remember correctly, or turrets. Alright, well, let's start looking for the enemy base. Because these guys are running around like crazy. Oh shit, their base is right outside my base. Well, that's why I keep seeing so many different units, I guess. Alright, well, let's keep fighting, I guess. Killing a lot of my guys. Alright, well, I mean, I guess they do have an army set up. Yeah, we'll keep getting this here. You guys can come over here. I'll get rid of that turret just to make sure he doesn't come over and start hurting us. Take out the warriors. Send you over this way. We're going to pull back our honor guard because I don't want them to die, because then I have to purchase them again. And I don't exactly have a lot of requisition at this point in time. Alright, well, let's just get this upgraded while we're waiting. Looks like we're doing good damage. Alright, we'll keep pushing through. All that's getting upgraded. Yeah, he's just spamming that sorcerer like nobody's business. Alright, we'll take out those cultists that were bugged out there. I guess let's just send you over to here. We've almost taken down their fortress. Perfect. Nice and simple. And now we've got increased manpower.
You have conquered the Aceria Forests and gained the increased manpower special ability. When you fight on the battle map, you will start with an increased squad cap and vehicle cap, allowing you to field a larger force.
I'm a little intimidated by the forward base because I remember that being extremely difficult. I think that's one of the hardest missions in the game, if I remember correctly. So let's save it, and I'm pretty sure I should be able to do it.
Although the local workers never realized it, the mines of Cronus's Hyperion Peaks featured powerful ore refining machines left there by the tech priests of Mars. These ancient ore processing and field manufacturing plants took on a more martial aspect during the Dark Crusade. Indeed, these same devices could, with relative ease, be made to produce military structures, or the processed materials needed to assemble them in the field. Those in control of this facility thus gained the ability to rapidly build forward bases as they pushed across Cronus. The peaks were a difficult battlefield, however. Isolated from standard supply lines, those trying to take the mines were forced to send in a single armored column, ordered to wipe out all enemy structures. Without reinforcements, the tank commanders were on their own.
Yeah, this is a hard mission because I think there's like 3 orc bases, if I remember correctly. And then because they're orcs, that means every one of their buildings is effectively a turret. And so they sit there and just blow the shit out of you while you're sitting there, and then you don't get to build anything. You just have to sit there and try to defeat the enemy without losing everybody. And if you don't kill everything, then you fail the mission. So as you can see, we have to destroy all the enemy buildings, and then while we're going about getting things ready, the enemy will be building up more buildings, which then means the number goes up further, so you're like stuck into this perpetual cycle. So as you can see, the amount of buildings is going up as we're getting set up to even start creeping here. It's gone up to 59 buildings. Now, we do have an advantage in that we can, with the Necrons, in that we can create unlimited warriors because we can summon them in for free with our awakened monoliths here. But unfortunately, it's going to take forever to get that awakened monolith into combat because of how slow they move. Ah, shit. Rockets are coming in. So try to get our infantry over here to soak up the attacks. Look at that, we're destroying buildings and the numbers are still going up. It's up to 61. Alright, here comes the enemy forces. You can see their base down below. They're up to 63. This is the problem with the Necrons, is we move so slow that as we're sitting there trying to get into combat, they're just sitting there making more and more units and buildings. Which means eventually they're going to start making elite tier units that are going to be exceptionally good at killing our units, like when they start spamming knobs and flash kits and things like that. Looted battle tanks, killicans, you name it. I mean, they're even upgrading their towers to the high tier stuff that has rockets. You can see them spamming their vehicles now. Oh my god, they're still up to 63. Alright, well, we're kind of taking out their bases here. Well, their army, I should say. We haven't even gotten into their main base yet. Maybe I'll just warp over here. Try to help get you into combat. Alright, let's get you up to here. War boss is down. Alright, I'm not quite sure what's going on. Why are we not teleporting? Alright, well, it seems to have failed. I mean, it said that you were going to have your teleport up and running, but that does not appear to be the situation. Alright, we're finally starting to make them downtrend in terms of their building count. We're back into the 50s, like when we started the mission. Alright, let's just warp you down here, I guess. Hopefully we'll find some looted tanks and we can take those over using our Necron lords there. Alright, finally getting into the 40s. I think that's the lowest we've seen it so far. So that's one base down. Alright, let's see here. Oh, that Mad Doc's gonna be a problem. He's gonna make his guys invulnerable. Yep, here come the knobs. This is what I was worried about. Oh, god dang it, he's got a Squiggoth. Alright, I can't take that over. I guess that makes sense. I would be a little too overpowered if you could take over another faction's ultimate unit, because that would just be like game breaking if you had your own ultimate unit and then you got theirs as well. Let's just keep fighting here. Taking out the Squiggoth a little bit. And they're already replacing their buildings up top there. Not liking that so much. I don't know why my flayed ones are bugging out there with their movement. Let's keep moving here. Oh, there we go. We see. Oh, we got two of them. All right, we got some looted tanks. Let's get down here, guys. Take these bad boys out. I don't remember how it works. Alright, nice. We got that under our control. Get out of there so you're not getting blown up. Did I get the other one too? Yep, I got them both. Excellent. Alright, excellent. Let's get our anti-armor, anti-building guys out of the way here. Because I can't have them die. Or else it's just game over effectively. Because I won't be able to kill the buildings. Let's see, can I resurrect these guys? Hell yeah. Alright, that's fantastic. Because I need all the immortals I can get to kill these buildings. Because really the looted tanks and everybody else should be good enough to take out the infantry. Alright, good. We finally creeped into the 30s. This isn't quite as bad as I remembered it being. Now, granted, I would say the Necrons are probably the best faction at doing this, because they can reanimate, helping to counteract some of the ultimate unlimited turret situation. The difficult issue is we're just so freaking slow. And the other bad thing is we're probably going to have lost a lot of our units in the Honor Guard. So that means it's going to be pretty expensive to have to set this up again. Alright, looks like we're going to be able to take out some buildings though, so that should be good. We've crossed the 20s. Oh, why do I have another Necron Lord? Did my tank die or something? No, I still got 2 looted tanks. I don't know why all of a sudden I got another Necron Lord here. That's kind of weird. I wonder if that's a bug?
Let's go.
Well, whatever. If I can get a 3rd looted tank, I'd be a happy man. What the hell was that? I'm not sure what happened there. There was like red units on the mini-map that were flashing. Alright, we're in the 20s. Let's have you guys warp over here. There's another enemy another enemy base. So let's get you guys over here. Ooh, we probably gotta just get our hero out of combat there to heal for a little bit. Because I need him to survive for his resurrection orb ability. Ooh, that's quite the army he's got over here. Let's pull our hero out of there. That's a pretty scary looking army. Get our Necron Lord out of there. Alright, let's see here. We got 16 more buildings. Not sure how many more he's got over here.
Looted tank ready for blasting.
Probably enough of them. Alright, we're down to single digits. Excellent. Alright, let's run these guys around. Alright, let's warp you in there. And warp you into here. Alright, good. Let's get you over here. We're down to the last 6. Hey, we got another Necron Lord. Alright, we'll send somebody over there. Got that here. We'll get you over to here. Doesn't look like that building counts. Alright, maybe resource buildings don't count? I mean, that would be cool if that was true. Definitely would make things go a lot faster, because I don't have to worry about Necrons running around, or Gretchen running around. Alright, we still got 6 units over here, or we still got 6 units left to kill. Buildings to kill. Man, I can't talk. Alright, let's pull you back, because he's about to kill you. Alright, we got stuff over here. Let's get you up to here. We're down to 5 buildings. So he's got Invisible Gretchen moving around over there. Alright, let's get you over to here to help kill that. Alright, these guys can just chill here. Alright, we're down to 3. We got a bunch of buildings over here, so I bet this is the last ones. As long as they don't build more, that is. Alright, nice. I think that's shit. Yep, we got it. Alright. I thought maybe there was another building out there. Alright, another piece of Wargear. 3-to-1 kill ratio. And I think we'll go for the skinning blades here. Flin's flesh and slice through armor. These blades inspire dread in all, because this is going to allow us to start attacking vehicles, although the death grip would be good because it's going to help my health and my damage. Increased health regeneration would be good, but I think this is a better one.
You have conquered the Hyperion Peaks and gained the forward base special ability. When you attack a province, you will now be able to purchase structures from the attack screen. Each structure costs planetary requisition, and appears immediately when you arrive on the battle map.
Alright, and I just realized I didn't actually read the archive here. So, the site of intense Imperial-era mining, the Hyperion mountain range, bears the huge scars of massive excavation and strip mining endeavors. Even millennia later, the gashes in the landscape are clear. The Hyperion Peaks jut up from the arid expanse of the central desert, forming a barrier with the deep jungles of the Green Coast to the south. Old mines and quarries dot the barren northern slopes, while several rivers flow from the southern foothills into the jungle. Adeptus Mechanicus, to Magos Explorator Cumin, author Magos Explorator Gaius, Exploration of the planet Kronos continues to provide a rich bounty of discoveries. My servitors and I have continued to explore the area of oldest development on the planet in search of our standard technology constructs, or STV derivatives. Over the last 3 standard months, we have moved along the peaks on the southern edge of the planet's desert belt. These peaks are rich sources of minerals and bear the marks of intense mining activity in the early years of the Imperium exploration of the planet, circa 300 M37. Several large manufactura remain in use, extracting ores and sending them on the semi-refined states to the cities to the north. For those with eyes to look, however, it is clear that some of these facilities predate the colonial founding by many millennia. Instead, the resources extraction rates recorded in the logic engines of the mines exceed any I have seen before. These mines are clearly closer to the standard template than any of the other mines in the segmentum. I have begun deeper exploration of the records within the logic engine of the oldest facility. Using the information gleaned by my analysis of the Pavonis spaceport, I have found evidence once again that Magos Palladus, who arrived on Kronos shortly after the Horus Heresy, Palladus seemingly ordered the construction of these giant mines to aid in the construction of several secondary research facilities. The exact number of these facilities and what became of Palladus and his wondrous knowledge of the standard templates left by our Dark Age predecessors remain unclear. Assuming the blessings of the Machine God are with me, I hope to have answers for these questions by the time of my next report. So this should be good, because now I still have those guys. I pretty much have everything except for the bulwark, but I don't really plan on using that right now. So I wanted to get that done, because now I should be able to use the forward base to help me siege these different bases here. So we'll end turn, we may or may not get attacked, and then we'll counter-attack the strongholds, and we'll see what happens. And I think we can just start bouncing around and starting to get some kills, because now we should have a pretty solid foundation. That'll also allow us to build up some requisition here, and that should help us keep pushing against the enemy bases, because once you take out the stronghold, then they no longer have an army on the field, and then we can just bounce around and start taking these things back. So we'll see how this goes. So with that, I'm going to call it quits here for the day. I hope you're enjoying these videos. If you are, please give my channel a like and subscribe to continue to post more content for you. Have a great day.